Hey everybody, well it's me, it's Steve. I probably have to kneel down here because it's been, I'm not sure if I got the camera back far enough. Well, we made it through the holiday. I hope everybody had a great time with you and yours. The big man was good to me. Christmas went over well. The last video I think that we shot as far as the shop was concerned was the day before Christmas Eve. And, oh yeah, we cranked to get everything out on time, and you know, we made it through the holiday. I ate a lot. I got a little bit of extra here to keep me warm in the north, thank goodness. And we had a great New Year. I hope you did as well. And you know, any resolutions that you set, well, all the power to you. Okay? Well, we're back, and I know that I have been behind on the log bed stuff. Okay? We finally were able to get up here. We've got a frame in-house. This is actually a gift for my beloved wife. She really loved one of the models we had fabricated. So here we are. We're putting this together today. It's I think it's the 3rd of January. I just wanted to go over with you real quick how we figure out how to put this together. Okay, and you hang tight. First thing I do is you've seen all the video, and don't mind me if I have to slouch over, because looking at the screen on the camera behind me, or in front of me, I'm sorry, it looks as though my head's completely chopped off. So I'm trying to kneel down so everybody can see me. We've got countless videos on these beds, how we put them together. Now this is forage stock. These posts are foraged, okay? They are about as crooked as the front legs on my basset hounds, okay? So what I'm going to do for my wife and for the sake of this video is we are going to mortise in the mounting plates so you guys have a better, well, you ladies and gentlemen have a better idea of how to do this. The first thing I'm going to start with is make sure you're on a fairly level surface. Some houses up here are very old. You may have some old farmhouses, but put your beds together on a level surface. And if your floor is out really that bad, I would say shim underneath your post and underneath any of your legs. I had told you before that I highly recommend Maloof, M-A-L-O-O-F frames. You can get them through Amazon. I'm not affiliated, and I promised you in last weekend or the weekend before that blog that, listen, if I have affiliate links in any of our videos or any of the articles that we write, I will let you guys know up front so that you ladies and gentlemen, you'll just know. We try to stay as honest in this shop as we can. All right. The first thing I do is to check and make sure just how plumb this headboard is. Now, when you're using stock that is not dimensional, this isn't like a nice cedar, some of the cedar posts that I purchased that are spun on a lathe. Even though the face of this is nice and plumb and it's level and everything, I can look down and I can see that one of my legs is really out because it's not symmetrical. Well, you're going to have to eyeball some of it, and you're going to have to split the difference and find a happy medium where this thing isn't laid back too far, but yet it's not tipped too far forward. So you're kind of, with an eyeball, you will split the difference on this. All right. So about all you need is a level. Whatever you got, a 2, 3, 4 footer. Somewhere's in my apron I have this tape measure. The next thing I want to do is I want to make sure that my frame is open and it's to the correct width. This is for a queen, so it's got to be 60 inches wide, which it is. I check both ends. I'm probably out of the camera, so I apologize. Yes, I put the frame back together at 60 inches, so we're good there. The other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my carpenter's square, I'm going to put it up against the rail, and I'm going to make sure that I've got the frame square. And with a little bit of adjustment, sure enough, I do. Okay, because I've already done this stuff before I started shooting the video. All right. Now, I will include some still pictures in this, just because it's going to make it easier than me trying to get the camera in here. What there is there's a beautiful design on this material, and it's kind of like this knot burrow with all this spalt running through it. It's really beautiful. You'll see it in the picture. But what happens is the mounting plate is tight at the top, but I got a 1/2 inch gap at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a marker And I'm going to mark this, and I try to hold my frame. When I built the actual bed, I'm going to try to hold the mounting plate to about the center of the log. If it's out, well, it's kind of too late now. But just be conscious when you do this stuff and you're fabricating your bed that, well, you've got everything where you need it. Your dimensions are all right. Alright, so I've marked the top. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Well, over here the bottom is out. The bottom sticks out. So I've got my gap now at the top instead of the bottom over there. Again, I'm going to mark my mounting plate. What we're going to do, once they're mounted, I'll start with a chisel and just a small little finishing hammer. It's actually a rubber hammer on one end. It's a hard plastic on the other. I don't need a big carpenter's hammer. And I'm going to use probably a small 3/8. Yeah, I'm going to use a small 3/8 chisel, 3/8, 7/16. And I'm going to slowly work the material. Now, we'll pause the video. I will include some stills in here and we'll mark the stills up. Now, I don't have the footboard extensions to mount the footboard, but the plates are going to basically be identical. The steps are going to be identical to what I'm doing for this headboard. So, everything that applies to attaching this headboard right now to the post, to the frame, is going to be applicable once the footboard extensions come in. Okay, we'll pause the video for the moment. I'm going to chip away, get these fitted. We'll keep this crunched as tight as I can so that I don't keep everybody too long. I am trying to get my videos shorter, but if you hang on, we'll be right back, all right? Hey everybody, we're back. Well, we've mortised in the frame and the plates are now where they need to be. We've determined where we want to set our plumb on this, and we've controlled it with the depth of the mortise. Now, what we're going to do is where the slots are, we're going to go in with a Sharpie marker and we're going to mount our drilling points, which we've pretty much already done. As I told you guys before, you don't need to see me sit here and waste your time and all the craziness, but just take and drill 4 holes, 2 on each side, where you need your mounting screws to go. We're using GRK fasteners, but the pilots will help the older material because the material is forged, like we had mentioned, and I don't want to risk a stress crack in it in and of itself. All right. So we get what we need in place. Now, if you've got a client that may be a little more fussy than yourself, take a little bit of stain. Use a dark stain. Now, if this was a natural wood, I wouldn't bother with it because you've already got the natural wood, and when you cut the mortising out, you're not going to see where the mounting plate goes. Now, this is clear white in here. I can always take an ebony or a darker stain that's going to match up to the natural effects in this spalted piece of maple. And I can take a rag and just touch it up. Okay? Well, this is for my darling wife, so we're not, I know she's not that particular, alright? Basically, all we're going to do is we're going to set these 4 screws. Unfortunately, I can't. My battery's dead. But that is pretty much it, alright? Now, we already had the frame squared, everything was measured, we made sure that when we put the frame back together it was the correct width of the box front. That's just the other thing you need to pay attention to. And as I told you, if your floor is out wherever it's going, shim your post, shim your bed. Don't try to take your bed and manipulate it around the floor, okay? Alright, well, coming up this Sunday for our Sunday evening blog, well, we've got the CNC marketing strategies end of the business segment for the month of January. I hope you guys stay tuned, you ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go into some of the strategies that we implement up here, how we promote our products above and beyond the social media, the website, the blog, and the word of mouth, okay? Well, from all of us here, that being me, I just want to say thank you, everybody, for subscribing and following me and helping to get this shop off the ground and get me in a good direction, okay? All of you, stay tuned. We've got more coming up, and enjoy your new year. All right, guys.